Hello, welcome back. So, the Big Screen Beyond 2, the Pimax Crystal Super, and the Quest 3. I've compared all of these headsets. I've scored them. And yes, before anyone says it, apparently my maths was a bit off in the last video, but never mind. Which honestly just goes to prove my point. It isn't about numbers. It's about headsets that actually fit into my life. So if you're trying to decide which headset to buy, or if you've bought the wrong one, this video's for you. Because specs don't tell you how you'll actually use VR. So most of the time, I'm not benchmarking, sitting in my rig, or planning an evening playing VR. Most of the nights I'm tired, on the couch, in bed. So I started thinking, if VR actually had to just fit into my life, and I could only have one headset, which one would it be? Now, don't get me wrong, high-end VR headsets are amazing. You know, they're unbeatable, really. The immersion, the clarity, the presence is pretty unreal. But they only come out when I'm sitting here, fully committed, you know, ready to race or fly. You know, I've actually got to make a conscious decision to, you know, come up into my office, man cave, if you like. And they're not casual, they're not flexible. They're brilliant tools. But that's what they are, they're tools. And that's where this flips. Because the headset I use the most isn't the one with the best specs. If I could only keep one headset, it may surprise you, but it would be the Quest 3. Not because it's perfect, not because it wins every category, because it doesn't, but because it's the one that actually gets used. I watch films in bed, jump into games with friends online, mess around with the mixed reality for 5-10 minutes, and you know, just have a fart. Yeah, not a fart, I meant 5 minutes. There's no PC to boot up, no cables, no setup friction. It just works. And this genuinely surprised me. I've never really played VR online games until I got the Quest 3. Not because the other heads couldn't do it, but you know, it was just a bit of a faff. You know, but the Quest 3 just makes it effortless. 5 minutes and I'm in a game playing whatever. Snooker, pool, Pavlov, you know, loads of stuff. You know, things I wouldn't even dream about playing on any of the other headsets. It just completely changed the way I play. And something I noticed in comments on my previous videos, a few people commented that they say they couldn't afford high-end PCVR. And it was almost like the Quest 3 was being talked about as if it was like, you know, a second choice. But honestly, it really isn't. It's not a starter headset. It's not a compromised headset. It's just a different kind of good. If the headset lets you play more often, play with friends more easily, and it fits into your life, that's not less of VR. And this isn't just about VR. I've been playing video games since the 1970s. I've played games with amazing graphics that bored me after 5 minutes. I've played games with terrible graphics that kept me engaged for days, weeks, months. I couldn't put them down. Amazing graphics don't necessarily make a good game. They never have. Fun does. Experience does. And VR's exactly the same. That's probably the reason that I'll probably buy the Steam frame as well. Not because the specs are amazing. They're not. On paper, it's way below what I already own. But if it fits into my life the way the Quest does, that matters more to me than a resolution chart. And look, Valve don't usually release hardware for no reason. They might have something coming. And honestly, if you haven't played Half-Life Alyx, just buy a Quest 3 for that. That game alone is just worth owning VR for. Yeah, specs impress people, but experiences is what keeps you coming back. If a headset makes it easier to say yes to VR, then you end up using it more, even if it's technically worse. That's the bit people miss. So if I could only keep one headset right now, it'd be the Quest 3. Hands down. I wouldn't even have to think about it. It's not the best on paper, but because it doesn't ask me to be a different person, it fits into my life and does everything I want it to do. It's not second best. Yes, the other headsets are better specs, but you have to make time, you have to make room for them in your life. The Quest 3 is just there, you pick it up and play and go. End of. It's one of the best headsets on the market. And I think the Steam frame's gonna certainly throw the cat amongst the pigeons when that's released. And I'm quite looking forward to getting my hands on it and having a look. So that's my choice. If I could only afford one headset, it'd be the Quest 3, hands down. How about you? Did a simpler headset make you play more? Let me know. I'm genuinely curious. And if you like this type of content, give us a like and a subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon.